Hi guys, welcome to a cozy reading vlog. I'm doing a week-long reading vlog and this is going to be featuring all cozy reads. These are all cozy mysteries except for one which I think is more like cozy fiction with a touch of mystery. You'll see when I get into the synopses, but I'm really excited. I am pet sitting, so the background will be a little bit different than my typical setup and we'll have some fun puppy moments. We're actually going to take her to Sonic later today because she just celebrated her 10th birthday. So we're going to get her some popcorn chicken for that. I think that's an occasion worth celebrating. But let's hop into what I'm reading. So starting off, I started it this morning and that is Beauty and the Deceased by Deborah Senfielder. This is a resale boutique mystery. I think this is book 4. Yeah, book 4 in the series. There's a novella, but this is like the 4th full novel. And I'm really enjoying this. I barely put this down this morning. I just love Kelly. So Kelly Quinn is our main character in this and she runs a consignment shop in Lucky Cove, and basically she took over this consignment shop when she inherited it from her grandmother. She moved back after working as like a fashion seller in Manhattan. She'd been fired really like in an awful way in the first book, moved back home and was restarting the place, and it's just amazing. And in this one, her cousin comes back to town and her cousin's name is Becky, and Becky has a cosmetics line. They haven't seen each other in a few years. They're really excited to catch up when tragedy strikes and Kelly gets involved with the mystery. If you like fashion, I think you'd have a fun time with this. They're really fast paced. They're usually about 200 pages and you get into the action right away. I love some of the family subplots that are going on in this series. If you can hear licking noises, that's the doggy puppy. Come on, puppy. But I really love this series. It's just so much fun. And there's also a really cute cat who's very grumpy named Howard, and he is such just a sweetie. He's really grumpy, but you just can't help but love him. So I love this series. I'm really excited to read the next book. The next one is one that I talked about in my recent book haul. I'll link that above. And a lot of you mentioned being curious about this book, so I thought I'd include it in this upcoming reading vlog. And that is Till Daph Do Us Part by Phillipa Nefri Clark. And this is part of the Daphne Jones mystery series. I'm so excited for this. So in this one, Daphne Jones is like an officiator. So she does like weddings, funerals, things like that. And she was traveling to the small town in her caravan with her husband, and she's going to be officiating a wedding. It's kind of a disaster. It sounds like there's a lot of messy family members and stuff like that, and it goes downhill when shortly after the ceremony a member of the bridal party is found face down in the pool. I feel like this character reminds me of Daphne from Scooby-Doo because she's wearing purple, she's got red hair, and she's a sleuth. And I could also see Daphne being like a wedding planner or like officiator. So I don't know. And she travels around in a van, like the mystery van machine, what do you call it? But I'm really excited for this one. It just sounds so fun. I love the theme for this. I really haven't heard anything about this series, but it caught my eye on Amazon one day, and it was something that a family member gifted me for a birthday recently, and I'm so excited to read it. So this next one is the one I was talking about. It's like cozy fiction kind of mystery. I'll let you guys know more if I think it's a cozy mystery once I'm reading it. But it's called Mrs. Quinn's Rise to Fame by Olivia Ford. How cute is this cover? I am covering up my library's name, so please forgive that. But this is adorable. So Mrs. Quinn has been married for 59 years, and in this time she's only kept 2 secrets from her husband. One is that her love of baking and her quiet love and ambition has just landed her a spot on this big reality TV like food competition, which I love. I love a competition setting for pretty much any type of book, so I'm very excited for this. And the second one is one that could unravel the foundations of their marriage. I want to know what that secret is. I'm very curious. And so as the pressure starts to rise, as she's on this food competition show, she's starting to feel the pressure. There's a lot going on, and the other secret she's been keeping is starting to be threatened to like come out in some way. So I'm very excited for this. It's described as like a coming of old age story, which is I think an interesting take. So I'm really curious about this. I don't know again if this is like a pure mystery. I'm not really sure, but there's definitely some secrets coming out which I want to know about, and the baking competition just screams cozy, so I had to include this. Another one I'm very excited to read. This one's more of an animal cozy, and this is a cats and dogs cozy mystery, book 1 in the series. It's a villa in Sicily, Olive Oil and Murder by Fiona Grace. I also hauled this in my recent book haul from my library, and I am very excited. So I'm actually part Sicilian on one side of my family, and I'm just fascinated with the culture. I did a report on Sicily like in middle school, you know, when you get to like pick a country or pick like an area location and you get to like do a report on it. I picked Sicily as mine. I mean Italy, but you know, Sicily was kind of the focus. I just love it. And this one takes place with our main character, Audrey Smart. She's 34 and she's kind of struggling with life. She's actually a veterinarian. She had a high school reunion recently and she was hoping to re-strike up like an old flame. It didn't go well. She's just feeling dejected. She's feeling burnt out with her career. And then she sees an ad for a home that's like a dilapidated home in Sicily, listed for $1, but it needs serious renovations and she can't even believe it's real, but she takes it up. She moves out to Sicily. She wants to see if she can build a life for herself out there. Will an unexpected death pull the rug out from under her and derail these plans? We're gonna find out. There's supposed to be lots of good food, Sicilian-like moments. There's lots of like animal mentions. Yeah, food, wine, intrigue, renovation, love, mystery. So I mean, pretty much what else do I want? I don't know. So I'm really, really excited for this, especially the setting. It's so beautiful. Can't wait. And then this is pretty ambitious, but if we get through those 4 books, number 5, I have been waiting to read this. It was on my spring TBR, which I'll link above if you want to check it out. But this is Getting Old is the Best Revenge by Readathon. This is a Gladdy Gold mystery. It's book 2 in the series. I have been waiting for months to read this because I wanted to read it during spring or summer because it takes place on a cruise ship. So Gladdy Gold is this wonderful retiree. They live in Florida and she and her girls, the agency, solved a serial killer mystery in the first one, which was really pretty intense for cozy, the ending, but it was so good. I highly recommend it. I adored it. But in this one, she and the gals have been up to their old tricks. They have been solving crimes. They've been going after wayward husbands. They're also going after a series of dastardly criminals who are going after Florida's wealthiest wives. And then they hit the jackpot when they win bingo tickets to a cruise ship with a killer on board. I can't wait. The humor in this, fantastic. The plot line in the first book was so good. The mystery, the clues, the everything. I couldn't even tell you one thing I would change in the first book. I adored it that much. So I'm so excited for this book, but only if I get through the other 4, which I'm also very excited for. But that is the beginning to this. Let's go take some puppy to Sonic. Nicole, do you want to go bye-bye? You want to go Sonic? Want to go bye-bye? Sprints I was showing you with Heather. She's one of the leaders in the Murder and Mayhem Readathon hosted by the Bookish Cottage. I'll have the Readathon video link down below as well as the leader announcement. I'm hosting the sleuths. I'm the leader of the sleuths, so if you want to join, there's plenty of time. Links in the description. But I'm watching her reading sprints tonight and it's just so much fun. I've been flying through my book, so I'm giving you guys an update on Beauty and the Deceased. I am about 2/3 of the way through this book. It's just under 200 pages, so it's a pretty short read and I'm just loving it. It's just so fast paced. There's so many simultaneous like subplots going on with the main plot, but they all are interwoven in this really great way that makes it all a cohesive story, but you're still getting so much depth for all the characters, even the employees in the shop, Kelly's family. Like there's just so much, and there's so much family history and town history, and I just love it. I would really recommend reading this series in order. You could jump around, like the mystery and stuff would still make sense, but you would miss out on some of the nuances with the family, which I think is really fun. And Howard just steals my heart. Also, I love all the fashion talk. I don't really consider, I like clothing. I wouldn't consider myself a fashionable person, but I do really enjoy clothing and wearing fun things. Red's my favorite color to wear, closely followed by like a pretty green, but I love the clothing descriptions. I love how Kelly, like when she meets someone new, she kind of tells you what they're wearing and stuff, and it kind of like gives you a good idea, like sizes them up with their clothing, which is such a fun way to reflect on them given her background. And I just love this. I'm so excited. I honestly have no clue at this point who did it. Like if I was to make a guess right now, it'd be it'd be almost a blind shot. Like there's plenty of people with motives, there's plenty of different clues leading towards different people, but I have no clear idea right now. I'm completely bamboozled. But anyways, I'm planning on going and taking a shower and washing my hair because I need to wash it. It's it's that time to get it washed. So I'm gonna go shower, wash my hair, get into some pajamas, finish this off, and then I'm planning on starting and at least hopefully making a good portion of the way into Till Daph Do Us part. Very excited for this. So it's just gonna be so much fun. I can't wait. So I will touch base with you guys in the morning. I'm planning, I think I'm doing a bit of a quick get ready with me with some makeup, and we'll talk these books. Good morning, guys. So I'm here with a big reading update. I actually flew through some books last night with the reading sprints, and I'm so excited. So I finished Beauty and the Deceased. I finished Till Daph Do Us part as well, and then I started Miss Quinn's Rise to Fame, which is quite, I have some thoughts on this one. So let's go ahead and go in order. So we'll start with Beauty and the Deceased by Deborah Sedfielder. So again, this is the 4th book in the Resale Boutique mystery. All right, so thoughts on it. I'm giving it a strong 4-star rating. I really, really like Kelly as a character. She's kind of unapologetic. She knows she's a meddler, but she's like, you know what? I'm here. I'm meddling because this is like my family. I'm not, you know, I like her. I really like how she's not like apologetic about who she is. She knows who she is. She knows what she's working towards in life. And I like all the callbacks to her grandmother and like what her grandmother's taught her, because she's taken over her grandmother's boutique as her inheritance after her grandmother passed away. So I really love that element. It's really sweet. It's just such a fun read. It's really fast paced. I feel like some of the subplots are coming together really interestingly. I can't wait to read the next book and see what happens with one of the family subplots. Also, if you can hear little pitter patters, that's the puppy walking around, so sorry about that. So yeah, overall, really like the series. I think Howard is a cute grumpy cat. I thought the ending for this one was really thrilling. I was like holding my breath at certain points because I was like, oh no, oh no. So a really good way to end the book. I did not call who did it. I thought the mystery was really good for this one. I actually was on a whole different tangent, but the ending was really good and surprised me. I love this series. It's so fun, and it's like each book is about 200 pages, so it's a really good one if you're stuck in like a bit of a reading slump, or you're just kind of needing something fast-paced, because sometimes, you know, I go to thrillers because they're a little bit faster paced than most like cozies or murder mysteries are. But a cozy mystery series like this, where the books are a bit shorter and just it gets right into the action, is a really good pick for when I want something cozy, but I still want to get into something fast and like really just be absorbed. Like I had a really hard time putting the book down at any point, other than like filming updates, getting some food, you know, basic sustenance kind of things. So I really, really enjoy it. I recommend the series. I think it's really fun. I think there's only one more full-length novel out, and there's like a novella that's a Halloween one that I really want to get, but it can't be over. Like I need more. So hopefully there's more coming out. If you know, let me know, but I need more Kelly in my life, so we'll see on that one. And then I jumped into Till Daph Do Us Part. Okay, I know I'm a little bit obsessed with Scooby-Doo. You guys know this. but I would like to make a case that this character is like an older Daphne from the Scooby-Doo series, basically, because 1, her name is Daphne, 2, all the purple, 3, she's a sleuth, 4, she lives in a van. Like, she travels with her husband, who happens to be her high school sweetheart, with the last name Jones, as in Fred Jones from the original series. His name isn't Fred, but I'm just saying that this seems like a lot of coincidences, and I am all here for it because I love Scooby-Doo, and I think this character is so much fun. So she is basically starting her life over. Her husband sold, so this actually is like an offshoot of another series. I think the author has a romance series called River's End, I want to say, and I guess Daphne is a character in that, and this is like an offshoot of that. So I haven't read that. I'm not super big on reading romance, so I probably won't read that if it's like a strictly romance series, but I thought that was interesting. So if you are familiar with that series, keep that in mind. I think this is a character from that. And Daphne is a wonderful character. So her and her husband John have been married for 40 years. They're high school sweethearts, and he had a real estate business, I believe in River's End, and he sold it, or it's not sold, it's like he's in the process of selling it. Not really important, but the point is that they're kind of doing like a second career shift. So John is kind of like part retired, part helping Daphne, and Daphne has been registered and like trained as an officiant and like celebrant. I'm not super familiar with that, but she like hosts and like officiates like weddings, funerals, different events like that. And she's a traveling one. So this is actually an interesting take on a cozy, because most cozy mysteries take place in the same small town. That way you kind of have that setting. But Bluebell is their caravan that they've like fixed up, and it's the coziest setting. So even though you're not getting like the same small town, you know, cute bookshop or coffee shop, you're getting exposed to all these places in another small town each time. And Bluebell is like the home, you know, and Bluebell is sweet, and just the way they've decorated Bluebell, all the little details they put into it, their time spent there together, I love it. What I also thought was interesting is you actually read from her husband's perspective a couple times. It's very brief. It's almost like 85–90% Daphne's point of view, but you are reading a very short segment here and there from his perspective, and he actually has an interest in like genealogy and a lot of interest in like cemeteries and stuff, and he will go and do research for Daphne while she's snooping around doing other stuff, or, you know, working a funeral or wedding or something like that. So I really like them as like a wombo combo. I think they're super sweet. They're very like kind of mushy towards each other, which I think is so nice to see, because oftentimes in books I feel like I only see like mushy couples when they've been together for a couple of years and they're kind of newer as a couple, and I plan on hopefully being married for like, you know, 40 years or longer like Daphne is. So I love seeing couples that have been together a really long time, who really know each other inside and out, and who are just still so in love with each other. I love that. So absolutely love that. The wedding party was so dramatic. The death was dramatic. The drama with the family, oh my goodness, they are an interesting family, let me tell you. But I'm gonna give this like a 3.75. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on book 2. My library doesn't have them, so I'm gonna try to purchase the next one. I think this was just so much fun. I think the 3rd book in the series, she actually goes to like a bridal officiator like convention or something, which sounds really cool. I don't know what the 2nd one is about, but I'm really curious about it. This was fun. This was a great read for spring, I would say. Very spring and summery with the wedding. I think it took place during that general time of year, and I just really enjoyed this. You get all these great scenes where they're on the water, like in the like caravan like park, where they're like renting a space to like park while they're in town. They do these outings together. She's sleuthing. She's very blunt, and I love it. I love how she knows herself, and I love older sleuths as well. I think it's just, again, a different perspective. I love seeing all different ages for sleuths. I want to see people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, etc. I love that range. I want to see people having fun and being these awesome powerhouse sleuths in like all life stages, and I just love her sweet relationship with her husband. I'm partially convinced that this is Daphne Blake who married Fred Jones. But like partially convinced, so there's some kind of like overlap there, which I think is fun. And then I just love the caravan. I think that's a really fun, cozy concept. So let me know if you guys have read this, but I really enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to reading the next one in the book series. I really flew through it. Okay, and then last but not least, I mean, I'm hoping to get through 5 books this vlog, we'll see. Last but not least, I have Mrs. Quinn's Rise to Fame by Olivia Ford. So this is a standalone. I'm definitely gonna say that this is more of like a cozy fiction. So maybe it's a little out of place. I mean, this is a cozy reading vlog. It fits, it fits. Miss Quinn though, she is, I think, 77 years old. Her and her husband, again, have been married for like a very, very long time. They do not have any kids. There seems to be a little bit of a storyline around maybe they were unable to have kids, something along those lines, not really sure. I'm only 35 pages in and the book's about 350 or so pages, so I'm not that far in. But so far we've been introduced to her and her husband, Bernard, who seems like such a sweet guy. And they're kind of reaching an age where he's had a little bit of a health scare, nothing like too crazy, but he's, you know, Miss Quinn is kind of at a point where she's realizing, okay, I'm 77. I'm assuming her husband's probably a similar age, it seems like. And she's kind of at a point where she's realizing, she's like, you know, we're not getting any younger. We're getting a bit older. And she's just thinking, like, kind of reflecting on her life and what they've done. And she's happy with her marriage and her life, but she's also just feeling like, have I accomplished anything major, like anything really big in my life? And she loves this baking show. So she is like in the process, at least, of like wanting to apply for it, and she loves to bake, but she doesn't know how to bake bread very well. So she's going through, and like each chapter is themed after a different type of bread that she's trying to practice, which I think is really fun. It kind of reminds me of The Golden Spoon a little bit, although that one's definitely like a Clue kind of style mystery, so that one's definitely mystery. But if you're looking for a baking competition mystery, that one's really fun. But this one, we're just in the process of watching her kind of get more experience with baking and like applying and just like trying to step out of her comfort zone. We're also like meeting her family over Christmas and seeing how her baking has like influenced them over the years. And I love her take on baking. Like, she'll describe the baking and that's really lovely. But what makes it special is that she talks about baking as if each recipe, to her it is a personal memory. Like, it's associated with a specific person, a specific instance in time. And I love that. I think it's so sentimental and beautiful. So far I'm really enjoying this. I'm not sure where the book is going. I'm assuming there's going to be some drama, because right now there's not a whole lot of drama going on. It's 35 pages in. We're just kind of establishing her goal to get on this show and like the characters. So I'm wondering if like the drama is going to be, you know, is her husband going to be upset with her when he finds out she's going on the show, or is it about the other secret that he doesn't know about? There's been a couple of little flashback scenes to what I believe is when she's younger and stuff, and like she's learning to bake or different moments like that. So I'm very curious to see how those tie in. Not really sure, but at this point anyways, I'm interested. So that is my current thoughts on that. I'm planning on reading more of Mrs. Quinn today, hopefully finishing it because it is a nice cozy Sunday, so I'll have some good time for reading. Okay, and this is the finished look. I am hoping to take the little one on a bit of a walk. I can't say the word or she'll, you know how it is if you have a dog. You can't say the word in front of them unless you're going right now. So that is that. We're gonna do that. I'm planning on making maybe some fettuccine Alfredo later. So I think that'll be really nice. And we're just gonna have a cozy day together. So let's go. Go for a walk? You wanna go for a walk? don't know if you can tell, but I have actually been crying a bit this book. I thought I would just read like another 100 pages or so, you know, get halfway through the book. I have not moved. I have like 2 chapters left or something, but this last chapter broke me. I started crying. There were multiple points before that I was on the verge of tears, but this was the one that finally got me. This book is so heartwarming and just like wise and beautiful and cozy, and I'm so impressed too because I looked at the picture of the author in the back, and I mean, it's hard to tell how old someone is from a picture or something, but she looks quite young, like, I don't know, maybe 30? She doesn't look very old at all, and her writing is just so beautiful and wise and sentimental and lovely, and I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but like my throat, like my voice is cracking a little bit, and I just had to pop in real quick. I'm gonna finish it now, but wow. My heart has gone through every emotion, and you know, this is a little outside I typically read strictly like mystery, things with a mystery, whether that's a mystery, cozy mystery, thriller, whatever, and this is definitely more like cozy fiction. Truly is a coming of old age story, and it's beautiful. It's so beautiful and cozy and heartwarming, and even if you're like me and you typically read like, you know, mysteries, cozy mysteries, but you do enjoy cozy reads, I think you'd still really like this. I can't imagine this not being a 5-star. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the last few chapters and pop in, but oh my goodness, my heart feels like it's gone through the ringer in the best way possible right now. So just wanted to pop in with that. I cried more. If you're looking for something very cozy and heartwarming, you really, this is excellent. This is 5 stars. I'm absolutely emotionally shattered in the best way possible, and I'm starving, and I'm gonna go make some lunch now because I've put off eating for like another hour to finish this book, and it will definitely make you crave something sweet as well, as you would expect, but this is just so much more. It's so beautiful. I don't know if it reminds me of Vera Wong a bit with like the found family themes, you know, a lady who's, you know, a bit older and stuff, and just like kind of reinventing herself in different ways, but without the mystery element other than learning about the secret. You do have some flashbacks to her youth, which is really interesting, and I'm just so glad I read this. I almost like put it back when I found out it wasn't a mystery, because that's just, you know, that's what I gravitate towards. But I'm so glad I read this, and I so strongly recommend this. It's just so precious, and I want, like, this is a library book, but I'm almost considering, like, I want to almost buy a copy for myself because I love it so much, and like just looking at it fills my heart. So that is where I'm at right now. I'm gonna go make some food because I'm very, very hungry at this point, but just had to give you an update because wow, that was a book. It was really good. Guys, we have a little visitor here. She just sprung up here on the couch while I was reading. I want to give you guys an update on A Villa in Sicily. So I read a little bit of this last night before bed. It is the very late afternoon on a Monday. I am wiped out. Today was just one of those work days where just tired. Like I just was kind of struggling to get through the day. Got everything I need to do done, so that's good. But here we are with this update. So I am on page 85 of this book. It's about 160 pages, so I'm about halfway through. It's a pretty short book. And so far, I'm really liking it. Our main character is Audrey Smart. She's 34. She's a vet. She's decided to move to Sicily on this like great deal for this house because she's just, a lot of things in her life are going wrong. She hates her job, not the animals, but a lot of the people she has to deal with. She's had a really bad go at her romantic life. A high school reunion went bad, all this stuff. And so she's in Sicily. We're in the process of following her as she's, building this home from like the ground up. There's like a structure, but like everything needs work. So it's a big, big project, even though it's a small town and small home. But we haven't really gotten into the mystery yet. So I know it's the first book in the Cozy series, so sometimes it does take a little more time to establish, the characters and the backdrop. And I am enjoying the reading, but I do want to give that as a heads up for those of you that want to get into like a mystery fast. This one isn't getting into the mystery fast. I don't know if all the books in the series are like that, but book one at least, we're really taking the time to like lay groundwork, which I'm okay with as long as the mystery does deliver. So far pretty good. She is gonna set up some kind of vet practice in Sicily, so that animal component will definitely be there. I'm enjoying reading about the kind of culture shock she's going through and just the Sicilian like language, food, all the stuff. And yeah, I'm excited. She's also taken in, I guess she left, okay. She's taken in a little stray with a very cute animal that I think a lot of you would get a kick out of. So I'm enjoying that too. But yeah, we're just gonna keep reading through this. I don't actually know how many books are out in this series. I wonder when this came out. Looks like this book came out in 2020. So there might be a couple out. At least there's book 2 listed on the description. But yeah, so I'm excited so far. It's good. Audrey is a cool character. She's got a really close relationship with her sister, and I like the relationship. I think it's very fun. I think it's believable. So I'm having a good time with it. I don't know if it's like an instant love, but we'll see. I want to wait till the mystery really gets started. But so far, really enjoying it. I'm on some reading sprints right now, so I'm hoping to knock this book out tonight and just relax because I'm just so tired. Like I slept well last night, but I don't know, I'm just wiped. It wasn't even like that hard of a work day or anything. I just am tired. It's just one of those days where you're just like, what? I don't know what I did, but I'm still so tired. And yeah, so we're gonna just relax. Hi guys, it's the next day. I just finished a villa in Sicily, and my overall thoughts, I'm gonna say 3 stars. I enjoyed it. You can hear snorting, that's the doggy, sorry. But I'm gonna say 3 stars. It was solid. I enjoyed it. I might read some more in the series, but it wasn't an all-time like favorite. I just felt like it lagged a little bit in the middle, I'll say. And I liked the main character, but I want to get to know her a little bit better, I think. So I'm excited, but I think for being such a short book, you really had a lot happen between her move, the stuff leading up to her moving, the renovations, the mystery. I think one of the reasons it's a little bit of a lower rating for me is that the conclusion for the mystery was just kind of like, okay, like, made sense. It wasn't like it didn't make sense or wasn't a feasible like suspect who like did it and stuff, but it just, I don't know, I didn't get that like aha moment. I just kind of was like, okay, like, I don't know, I wasn't like super thrilled by the conclusion. But overall, I do like the setting, the setup. I think the main character is pretty great. So I am looking forward to reading more in the future. It does look like she'll be opening up her own like vet center in town, which I think will be really interesting. So I'm excited for that. And then otherwise, just to wrap up this video, we will be starting Getting Old is the Best Revenge, part of the Gladdy Gold mystery series. I do think I'm gonna have time to get to this, so I'm very excited. It is a bit, yeah, about a little over 300 pages, but I'm really excited to read this. This is just such a funny series. I've really been looking forward to this. So I will give you guys an update in a little bit once I've done some reading on this. Hi guys, I'm giving you a quick update on Gladdy Gold. As expected, this is going really well. I'm not that far in, I'm like 30 pages in, so it's not a huge update, but the girls are back. The humor is there. I'm so excited. It's just so much fun. The humor, the wit, everything about this I love. So I'm so excited to really get into the mystery. We've already started one of the kind of mysteries that was hinted at in the synopsis, and I'm just glad to be back with Gladdy and the girls. I'm gonna hop on some reading sprints tonight, so that should hopefully get me through some of the pages with this because I haven't really touched it all day, but I'm really excited. So I'll give you guys an update later. Okay, Gladdy Gold, I am on chapter 14, 74 pages in, so I just have a mini update. I'm almost a third of the way through this book, and it's going really well. The humor is there, the characters are there. I'm enjoying the mystery around what's happening to these wealthy widows. I'm really curious to what direction it's gonna go. I don't have a strong inclination at the moment, but I'm really curious. My only criticism is that, you know, on the back of this, we're talking about how they win tickets for luxury bingo cruise, and the cover itself, they're clearly like on the ship, right? And we're 74 pages in right now and we're not on the ship. And I really, maybe I misunderstood the description, but I thought we would spend more time on the cruise ship, and I was really excited for that because to me, anything that's like on the beach or the water, cruise ship, something like that is very like spring and summery. I just makes me think of spring and summer. So I don't know, I'm hoping we'll get on the cruise ship very soon, but otherwise I'm having a great time with Gladdy and the girls. They are fun. We're learning a bit more about Gladdy's boyfriend, and yeah, we're having a good, fun, cozy time with this. So I'll update you guys a bit later. I am going home tomorrow, so I think I might have to update you guys when I get home from pet sitting, but we'll go say bye to Nicole right now so you guys can say bye to her. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But this was pretty ambitious to take on a 5th book during this week. So either way, I will give you guys an update even if it is at home, but I'll see you guys in a little bit. Say goodbye to the YouTube. I know you just woke up from a nap. She says goodbye. Hi guys, I was just about ready to film and edit my vlog when I realized I didn't do my outro and I didn't give you the final update on Getting Old is the best revenge. This really kicked it up a notch, okay? So we did not get on the cruise ship till halfway into the mystery, which I was a little bummed out about. But the conclusion for this mystery was so good. It was so good. I was so pleased. I can't tell you why because that would give things away, but it was so good. I highly recommend this. And just the humor with the ladies on the boat and being like, why is it called a mustard station? Why is this? And like, just, it was hilarious. I was so amused. I absolutely love Gladdy and the girls. And I think my library has like a few books in the series, but not most of them, so I've been buying them when I can. So I gotta look into if they have book 3 or when I'm gonna get book 3 because I need to read the next book in the series. It was so good. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and the pet sitting. It always makes it just extra fun when I get to bring you guys along. So thanks for watching. If you enjoy cozy reading vlogs, mysteries, whether it's cozy mysteries, murder mysteries, thrillers, anything with a mystery, you'll definitely love this channel. So hit subscribe. My name's Amy Marie. I'd love to see you in the future, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!